Switchback. Good morning, Saskatchewan, and welcome to Switchback. This is edition number 106 here on February the 15th. Incidentally, we normally wish a lot of people a happy birthday right now, and today we get to wish ourselves a happy birthday. That's right. 3 years ago, Switchback here in Saskatchewan got started. So happy birthday to us. Oh, people are pretty happy about that, especially the number 28 Sherwood Girl Guides, who are located right there in the front row. Give us a wave. There they are. Wonderful blue dresses. They all obviously shop at the same place, and bowling awards everywhere. Now, the chicken and I are here because this is our Valentine's Day After special, and I want to thank a couple of people right off the bat. Rick Drozdick down in Ogama, and hello to everyone in Ogama. I was down there on Thursday for the Badlands Regional Games, which are still on while we speak, so hi to everybody in Ogama and surrounding region. Thanks also to Andrea Muir up in Saskatoon. Thanks, Andrea. Thanks also to Sharon Sentes in Fort Capel, and a whole bunch of other people for the wonderful Valentine's Day cards. I really appreciate it. Hello, Robin. Hello, Larry, up there in Saskatoon. You promised that you would be watching, and you better be watching, because today we have a little bit of everything on our Switchback, and I'm going to show you a little bit of everything right now.
Heavenly blessed and worldly wise, I'm a peeping Tom Becky with X-ray eyes.
One husband, one wife, and one ghetto blaster make the perfect marriage for Timbuk 3, where the future's so bright, you gotta wear shades.
All right, getting good grades, the future's so bright.
Hello, Chief. Max. The Informer is just...
Look for a vulcanized Trekkie in this week's Get Smart episode, The Dead Spy Scrolls.
No, I don't have the entire $2,000. I have $1,500 of it. Well, of course I didn't lose it, Chief. What do you think I am, stupid? I spent the other $500 for a package of gum.
Genesis give us their impression of our confusing, bomb-happy neighbors to the south. Wake up, Nancy, it's bedtime for Bonzo. And even British puppets help Spitting Image help us with the Chickasaw. As you can see, kind of a strange assortment of videos on today's show, and rather a strange assortment of guests, if I do say so myself, because, well, I'm one of the strangest. First up, we're going to meet Waskimo Willie, perhaps the second most famous Willie in Regina today. Hello, Willie DeWitt, if you're awake. Ooh, you poor guy. We have Waskimo Willie here, who is the mascot of today's Waskimo Winter Festival in Regina. Also, Chris Passerfield, the chairperson of that event, to talk to us a little bit about this weekend's festival. We've had Winterfest from Saskatoon, Big Chief Ogama last week, so winter festivals all over the place. And Chris and Willie will tell us about this weekend's festival. Also, 4 high school students from Luther College here in Regina, talking about the LIT, one of the biggest, most famous traditional basketball tournaments here in our province. We've also got Ian Pike from the Dr. Paul Schwann Fitness Center to talk a little bit about fitness assessment, fitness appraisal, and for those of you that had that New Year's resolution to lose those pounds, well, just 10 months till Christmas, and then we can gain them back again. Anyway, Ian's going to help us. He's got a thing that pinches and squeezes and beeps. You may hear the beeping, in fact, while I speak. I'm hooked up to a heart monitor today. This being Heart Month, and this being so close to Valentine's Day, you'll hear that beeping throughout the show, which is my heart beeping. And if the beeping stops, don't panic. Either our audio man has turned down the beeper, or... yeah, that'll be the only reason you don't hear the beep, is because he's turned it down. I'm okay. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I'm okay. Also, Don Hepburn is here. Don is, well, a rather interesting person. He does his sculpting in butter. Now, let me try that again. He's not in butter. He does butter sculpturing. It doesn't make any sense, I know, but he's a recreational artist, Don Hepburn. He'll finish up today's show. Okay, this being Valentine's Day after, if the chocolates or the flowers or the cards, well, perhaps didn't arrive to that happy Valentine of yours, now is your last chance to send a Valentine's Day message to somebody in the province. So if you want to wish a happy Valentine's Day to your Aunt Ethel or maybe your sweetheart from row number 16 in geometry, I know that's what I want to do, but I can't remember her name. Anyway, give us a call right now. We'll try to sneak on as many Valentine's Day messages as possible. Now, to start things off this morning, a rather unique and bizarre video from a Texas trio. I know you're thinking ZZ Top, but that's not who it is. This is Timbuk3. It's a husband, a wife, and on drums, a ghetto blaster. Yeah, it's kind of a strange thing, but as they say, down in Timbuk3 land, the future's so bright, you gotta wear shades.
I love my classes. I got a crazy teacher. He wears dark glasses. Things are going great, and they're only getting better. I'm doing alright, getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. I gotta wear shades. I got a job waiting for my graduation. $50 a year, I'll buy a lot of beer. Things are going great, and they're only getting better. I'm doing alright, getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. I gotta wear shades.
New gum.
I won't believe it till I see it. Now,
introducing you sugarless Dentine.
New sugar.
Wow.
Hark, what's this I hear?
We are amused.
Oh, like new temptation. New sugarless Dentine.
Healthy, happy cats need top nutrition. the vitamin, mineral, protein nutrition they get from Calcan. Calcan contains only quality ingredients that deliver all the vitamins, minerals, and protein your cat needs every day.
It's so nutritious, it's like getting a multivitamin in every can.
For top nutrition, quality, and value, trust Calcan. It's like getting a multivitamin in every can. Try Calcan's convenient larger sizes.
I think to myself, would I like him to get a little closer? And then I think, yeah, I'd like him to get a little closer. That's when I'm glad I've got Arid Extra Dry. Arid helps stop wetness before embarrassing odor can start. Very reassuring. Arid contains one of the most effective anti-wetness ingredients. So, if you like getting closer and you hate being embarrassed, get Arid Extra Dry.
Ford Motor Company and Bennett Dunlop Ford are making cars and trucks affordable. Bennett Dunlop will guarantee in writing the trade-in value of your new car 4 years from now. That means today deduct that amount from the price. For example, new Tempo $11,595. Deduct the future value today and pay only $78.28. $78.28. And look at what you pay on new Taurus or Aerostar. More affordable than ever. Or get 3.9% financing and no down payment. Don't miss it. Only at Bennett Dunlop Ford.
Welcome back, Saskatchewan. Today is the day for the Waskimo Winter Festival. And as has been our tradition for the last 3 weeks, we focus on a wintertime activity which you, the public, can get involved in. Now, I'm very happy to have two special guests in our studio this morning. The chairperson of this year's festival, Chris Pasterfield, along with the mascot, Waskimo Willie. A big round of applause. Really glad that you brought all your friends down here today, Willie. Now, Chris, as the chairperson, Waskimo's been going now for several years. This is probably going to be the biggest and best ever. What sorts of things can people look forward to?
Well, the one thing I do get concerned about is the fact that this is the 13th. However, we have to cancel the 12th, so I think we're okay for today. But we've got an awful lot of activities. I think it's going to kick off with a pretty spectacular official opening ceremonies, with skydivers coming down and hot air balloons and all sorts of furry critters, including Waskimo Willie and Kelsey, the CBC mascot. So I think if people bring their cameras along, they're going to get some great shots and have a lot of fun.
Now, Willie's been around for a little while, I guess. He looks to be warm enough today. Not going to be a problem with the weather, because if people bundle, I mean, it's wintertime. That's what a winter festival is. Actually, there's been some problems when it's been too warm. Things melt and get sloppy.
That's true. We were a little concerned initially that the weather might be a bit too warm, but no, it's going to be very nice, -5, so that'll be reasonably comfortable for people. And if they dress intelligently, why, they'll enjoy themselves.
Okay. If people are in the Regina area, now, of course, this is the Regina Winter Festival. We talked about the Saskatoon Festival 2 weeks ago. What sorts of things can people come out and look forward to as a family? You don't have to pre-register for things. In general terms, this is something you can just bring the family out and have fun. What sorts of things are they going to get to see?
Well, if the families are coming out, I certainly recommend they bring their skates or their cross-country skis, and or of course they can walk around the grounds. But we've got activities they can watch. We've got activities they can in which they can participate, and some of them are competitive, like the sled dog championships are very competitive and be fun to watch. They can participate in jam can curling. We've got some other activities, promotions that are rather weird and wonderful that they can certainly participate in. They can enjoy sledge hockey. They can get on the sleds and go around the ice surfaces and play that. So there's all sorts of various activities that they can enjoy.
And if people get a bit of the hunger pangs or a sweet tooth or just want a warm drink, will that sort of thing be provided?
No chicken soup, but yes, we have food services on the ice, and of course the Marina restaurant is open all day.
Okay, so a good time. Everybody in the area, please come on out to the park. I'll be there about 12:30, is that?
12:30. We won't start until you get there.
Okay, sort of the official opening is 12:30. Actually, activities started yesterday with the triathlon. They'll be going by 10 o'clock this morning, so all day long down at Wascana Lake. Everybody come on out, meet Willie, meet Chris, meet the chicken, have fun in the wintertime. Thanks very much. If you folks out there have perhaps a winter festival on your agenda, let us know. I can't promise that we'll let everyone else know, but, well, I'd like to know. And I'll try to tell everybody I can. Time now for the first half of this week's Get Smart. It's called the Dead Spy Scrolls, and in this particular instance, you'll notice that it's a rather deadly issue. And you want to look for, as I refer to him, the vulcanized Trekkie, who is sort of a special guest on this week's Get Smart. It's called the Dead Spy Scrolls.
Very clever. Where is it? Where would it be? in the wrapper. Now listen, I can't afford to take any chances. I give you $500 now, and the rest when I see if the gum is there.
Oh, the gum is there, all right.
Why, there's nothing but gum in here. But that man's made a terrible mistake. He's not the informer.
Okay, ready to sell. Make it snappy. Where's the money?
Now, just a minute. One mistake has been made already. I'm not paying another red cent until I have definite proof that you're the real informer.
Now, wait a minute.
The brain. Where is the brain?
Shark. Pool. Mother.
Hello, this is 86 calling control. This is 86 calling control. Come in, control. Hello, Chief? Max. The informer has just been killed, but he left us a clue. And I didn't have to pay a cent for it. No, I don't have the entire $2,000. I have $1,500 of it. Well, of course I didn't lose it, Chief. What do you think I am, stupid? I spent the other $500 for a package of gum.
Your dog will love Pal, a unique recipe with 5 kinds of meat in every can. Beef, chicken, heart, kidney, and liver. See the quality of Pal. Real chunks of meat in a rich, tasty jelly that dogs love. It's clear that dogs who love meat enjoy Pal. You can see this dog loves it. Feed your dog great-tasting Pal, made with 5 kinds of meat. Your dog will love it.
There's nowhere else but Taylor Motor Sales.
It's the biggest indoor sale of Taylor Motors history, and it's on now in the former McLeod Building, Avon Shopping Center. On display will be 150 new and used vehicles. Get 9 3/4% financing on remaining 86 models. They're open till 9 Monday to Thursday until 6 Friday and Saturday. Don't miss the biggest indoor sale of Taylor Motors history. Make your deal today.
Nowhere else but Taylor Motor Sales, Regina.
From Pet Food believes you should get more nutritional information and value out of the pet foods you're buying. Compare From to your present brand. No fillers or byproducts, just all natural good nutrition. Buy in the bulk size and save up to 50% on your annual pet food budget. From comes in 7 special mixes. You'll save and your dog will love it. And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Available at these fine stores.
Breakaway from Roundtree, a candy bar in 2 pieces, so delicious with its milk chocolate, so tempting with its crispy wafer and chewy caramel. Just try and resist the second piece. We don't think you can for very long. Breakaway. How long can you go before you eat the second piece?
We are back. How about that? I've heard that tune before. I'm pretty sure that's the bugs, the insects, whatever. There's a future in there for those folks. Thanks for the Valentine's messages. Keep them pouring in. Time now to meet 4 high school students. First of all, the person on my immediate left, which would be your right, and as we usually say, unless you are looking in a mirror, that would still be correct. This is Andrea Turney, who attends Luther College, a high school here in Regina, and Andrea's in charge of publicity for the LIT, which is not literature, stands for the Luther Invitational Tourney. Welcome to our show this morning. What can you tell us about the upcoming tournament? This is a very famous basketball tournament, famous all over Western Canada. Now I'll be quiet. Tell us about it.
Okay, well, it's our 35th annual LIT, and it's just a great basketball tournament. And people from Manitoba and Alberta are coming, and Aidan Bowman from Saskatoon will also be here. And we're just really excited about it. And it's basically run by the students. We are setting up everything. Like, we're getting everyone to know about it and just doing everything, and we're just really excited.
Okay, it's such a strong tradition there, and that's something really to be proud of. I think it is interesting that the students are going to be doing the work. You're one of the students that's doing the work behind the scenes on the committee. We've also got some students who will be doing the work on the basketball floor itself. I'd like you to meet John Pauls, who is a basketball player. Next to John, we have Anna Coleshaw, who is a cheerleader. And next to Anna, we have Dave Flynn, who is another basketball player. John, maybe I'll start with you right off the bat. Attending Luther, you're in grade 11. From a player's perspective, what does the LIT mean? Is it just another game, or is it something special?
Well, it's something we really look forward to each year, so we prepare towards that. It's a high-caliber tournament, so it's one of the best in Saskatchewan, I guess.
And it must be a lot of fun because there's going to be a packed house, a lot of people, a lot of energy and things like that.
Yeah.
How about the Luther Lions? They're the host team, the team you play for. What are your chances? Like, when's your first game, and who do you play?
We play Tech Vok on Thursday, this last game. I think it's about 8:45.
Tech Vok, help me. Who or what is that?
They're from Winnipeg.
Oh, they won a couple of years ago, I think.
A couple of years ago they won.
So they're a very strong team, and you're excited about that. All right, Anna. As a cheerleader, you do, I suppose, typical cheerleader things, cheering on your Luther Lions. There's also going to be a cheerleading competition next Saturday morning, and moi am one of the judges. Moi am one of the judges? I'm going to be there and help. What can you tell us about the cheerleading competition?
Well, there's 11 teams entered. There'll be 2 competitions. There'll be the junior-senior, and the furthest team is from VicComp in Edmonton. They're coming to the tournament, too. It's at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. And it's just going to be exciting, too.
How is the judging done? The loudest cheers? Is it a choreographed thing or a combination of?
Mostly sportsmanship and precision.
Okay, so we have Voc Tech and the Vic Comp, and other interesting names. Dave, tell us about your expertise. You're a senior, so I suppose you want to go out of this tourney as a champion. That would be nice. Luther's made it to the finals last year. Are you anticipating going all the way this year?
We're going to have a tough time, but we always play our best games at LIT because we have such packed fans, and I expect to do really good.
So the first game against Winnipeg is going to be pretty tough. Who are some of the other tough teams?
VicComp from Edmonton is going to be really tough, too.
And I suppose with 8 teams and the type of tournament this is, all 8 teams are tough. How do they decide which teams to come up with?
They have a preseason tournament in Regina, and they elected, and they played out and found Campbell and the boldest to be the 2. And then the best from Winnipeg comes, and that's Tech Vok, and the best from Edmonton.
Okay, so it is very high caliber. Tickets are still available, and that's next weekend. Anybody that's out there interested in some great basketball action, high school basketball, come on out and see Dave backwards reverse slam dunk pivot. I've taught him everything I know about this amazing sport. I'll be helping Anna with her cheerleading and all kinds of stuff like that. If you're interested in some slightly younger people playing basketball, there's an elementary tournament next weekend also. Put in a little plug. They gave me this wonderful shirt. Basketball Beat happens next weekend as well, Saturday and Sunday. Friday night and Saturday. I guess I'm going to be there to throw the, they call it a tip-off, don't they? Yeah, when they throw the ball up in the air. I throw it up to about their waist height, and they take it from there. Anyway, if you're interested in some younger people playing basketball, you can go to Basketball Beat, and for the best, I guess, best basketball tournament of high school caliber in Western Canada. It's the LIT next weekend, so please pick up a ticket. Time now for our second video of the morning. Now, a little bit of a warning here right off the bat. If you love Ronald Reagan, you are not going to love this video. It's by Genesis, and what's happened, Phil Collins, the whole Genesis crew got together, and, well, I guess it's kind of their statement on their view of the United States of America. And sometimes old Ronnie gets a little bit bomb-happy. So if you're concerned about nuclear disarmament and war and all that sort of thing, there could be a message here. If you just want good music and funny puppets, here's the video for you. It's Genesis and Land of Confusion.
Goody two-shoes. Betty by Bo's time again. Good night, honey.
Sweet dreams, dear.
But I can hear the marching feet. They're moving into the street. Now did you read the news today? They say the danger's gone our way. But I can see the fires still light. They're burning into the night. There's too many men, too many people making too many problems. Not much love to go around. Can't see this is the land of confusion. This is the world we live in, and these are the hands we're given. Use them, let's start trying to make it a place worth living in. Superman, where are you now? When everything's gone wrong somehow. The men of steel and power, losing control by the hour. This is
terrible dream. I'm parched. That's better. I could use another one of those. That's one heck of a nurse.
Genesis, truly in a land of confusion down under. Joining me right now is a wonderful member of the Girl Guides, reminding us all that next weekend is International Thinking Day. Keep that in mind. But you have something for me.
My name is Leanne Engstrom. On behalf of the Sure Girl Guides Pack 28, we would like to present Switchback with this.
A Valentine. Well, thank you very much, Leanne. And it's a very nice Valentine. I'll set this down here. Leanne, you can hold on to the chicken and just hold on to yourself there for a second. We're going to do our contest draw. Last week we asked you folks to tell me what's Rick Hansen's hometown. And you've sent in the entries, and they are in here, so I'll dig them out. We're going to pick out 5 winners this week, and each winner will win a Rick Hansen poster, such as is displayed here, and it's autographed by the 4 members of the tour group we had on our show last week. Rick Hansen was born in Port Alberni. Now his hometown is Williams Lake. I guess you'd like to know who that was. That was Jennifer Murray in Regina. You're our first winner. As I mentioned, we'll pull out 5 winners this morning. Rick Hansen's hometown. There it is. Go, Rick, go. Sorry, there's absolutely no name on here. It says, my name is Bob. Bob, you're the winner. We don't know where you live, though, Bob, but, well, the mailman will probably know. Rick Hansen, Port Alberni, Fort St. John, Abbotsford, Williams Lake. Yes, all the places you live. Kim and Michelle Deagle. Once more in Moose Jaw, our 3rd winners. Reaching down to the bottom this time, we pull out a big drawing. I think I know where he is from. Yes, Williams Lake, British Columbia, Cindy Wilson in Regina. You're our 4th winner. And our 5th winner this week will be this person right here, John Sweetman, who lives in Qu'Appelle, Saskatchewan. Yes, that is the correct answer. Thank you very much, John. Thanks to all you folks. You will win this poster. Now, still ahead on Switchback, we're going to chat with Ian Pike. We're going to see some butter sculpturing done by Don Hepburn. I don't really believe there is such a thing as butter sculpturing, but we're about to find out. And we'll be back with our Man in Motion poster winners when Switchback returns in 2 minutes.
I'm roasting. Time for a dip. Yeah, no delicious milk chocolate.
And no colorful candy shells.
We can't be M&Ms without candy shells or delicious milk chocolate.
Wake up, Peanut.
What? My candy shell. It was all a dream.
Come on, we're going to be late for the party.
Great day to be M&M. Quiet.
All the world loves M&Ms. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth.
Not in your hand.
The great winter used car clearance is on now in the Winter Fair building in the exhibition ground. Over 100 used vehicles are available, all reconditioned and ready to go. Crestview Dodge and Knight Nissan have combined forces to give you the best selection and the best price. Everything must be sold, so now's the time to buy. You could win 1,000 liters of gas absolutely free. Come on in and see us down the lane of the exhibition grounds to the Winter Fair building where the deals are hot during the great winter clearance sale of used cars.
Since we opened our doors over 20 years ago, Audio Warehouse has offered the best price and selection on brand name products available. Our experienced salespeople are always eager to find the home and automotive electronics that are right for you. And Audio Warehouse backs up great prices with service when you need it, completed right here by qualified technicians. Audio Warehouse, great prices, tremendous selection, and superb service every day of the year. So come on down!
Snickers is bigger, Snickers is bigger, Snickers is bigger because it put more in.
There's more to satisfy you in the new bigger Snickers bar. More crunchy peanuts, more peanut butter nougat, more creamy caramel, more rich milk chocolate, more Snickers to enjoy, more Snickers to satisfy you. Packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies. And now...
Snickers is bigger, Snickers is bigger, Snickers is bigger because it put more in. There's more to satisfy you. Yeah!
Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging.
Yeah, there's those same insects, those same critters, those things again. I think it's an okay tune. Interestingly, that song is called Yesterday, and that's appropriate, since how yesterday was Valentine's Day. Thanks for those messages, folks. Time now to take a look at this week's winners from our Man in Motion poster contest. This is our 5th week running now, and we've asked you folks to send in Rick Hansen posters to cheer him on through our province. Interestingly, in about 15 minutes, Rick will be leaving Saskatchewan and entering Alberta. So thanks to everyone who's helped us out, especially to people like you, Scott McIntyre in Langham, our first weekly winner this week. Now, we went absolutely crazy this week with winners. Charlene Miller, you're another one of them, who's probably absolutely crazy yourself. We've got over 20 winners this week because we were just swamped with entries and we loved them so much. Connie McDonald in Regina, very nice one. Sort of a calendar to count Rick along on his journey. Laura Powell in Rollo, thanks very much for that one. And Blaine Sentes out in Fort Capel. I think Blaine sent in a couple of different ones and was a winner this week. Kurt Carrison in Regina, there's a nice one. Actually, there's a moving portion of that poster, but it doesn't move so well on these still pictures. And Sarah in Bigger, thanks very much for yours. A lot of people used the Globe because, of course, it was a world tour, and that made a lot of sense. Thanks, Denise, and thanks, Mike in Regina. Very colorful posters. Incidentally, all of these posters will be mailed forward to the Vancouver office of the Man in Motion Tour. They asked us to send them ahead because Rick's motorhome is so full of things now that there isn't any room for all of these posters. But we'll be forwarding all these posters on, including yours, Damon Height, and including yours, Angela Bright. And I'm Bill Wright, and it's all night. Oh yeah, baby. Chad Westlake in Lumsden. Incidentally, Chad was a grain elevator in our Halloween contest. Sherry Anderson in Yellowgrass. Thanks, Sherry, very much for that poster. And thanks to you, too, Stephen Anderson in Yellowgrass, for that poster. I did mention everyone who sent in a poster, as well as a stamped self-addressed envelope, will be winning a piece of our Switchback desk. And as you may have noticed, our Switchback desk is thoroughly filled with holes at this point in time, which I guess is good for a couple of reasons. It will certainly help raise awareness for Rick and his Man in Motion tour, and it's about the only way I could think of to try to get a new desk around here. Thanks, Michelle Lutz in Regina. Go, Rick, go. There he is, zooming around the world. So thanks to all of you people. You are all our weekly winners, and all weekly winners from this week and previous weeks will win Switchback mugs. We've also got some really nice posters. A bunch came in from this morning's Girl Guide pack. We got a great, big, huge poster, which came in from Plenty, Saskatchewan. As you can see, a giant-sized poster. I'm going to throw this one down. I don't know if you can get a look at that. There is a major-sized poster. This came from Plenty, Saskatchewan, so thanks to the folks with this big one. All the people, we got an entire school here. Everyone in the school took a half hour off at the Shea School and made posters. So thanks to everyone for the posters. Starting this week, we'll be sending out these small pieces of the Switchback desk. The pieces that, well, used to be on the front along there. Excuse me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, the desk is almost totally dismantled. I think we have enough pieces removed from the desk now to satisfy all the needs of all you people out there. So thanks very much. Just a reminder, next week we will draw for the 10 grand prize winners who will win autographed color posters of Rick Hansen, as well as the remaining portion on the front of our desk, the letters which spell Switchback. You could win the S, the W, the I, the T, the C, the H, the B, the A, the C, or the K. My guest right now is Ian Pike from the Dr. Paul Schwann Fitness Center. Let's give Ian a warm welcome. Ian, I'm going to clean off some of the things here on my desk. Ian, you were a guest on Switchback a while back with Royal Lifesaving, talking about CPR training and things like that. But now you're here, I guess, as your official professional capacity as the director of the Paul Schwann Fitness Center. Tell us really briefly, what is the Paul Schwann Fitness Center?
Well, the Dr. Paul Schwann Fitness Center is out at the University of Regina in the Faculty of Physical Activity Studies. And we exist out there to provide fitness assessments and to give people personal prescriptions of activity or athletes training programs. Anybody who wants to get into shape, we will assess them and then provide them with the the appropriate training program.
Okay, I was very impressed when I was out visiting you this week that it is a very professional service. It's a very almost high-tech thing. You come out there and these people run you through a full gamut of tests. It's very safe, it's very healthy, and rather than listen to me talk about it, we do have an athlete who went through that program this week, and I'll let you describe the process as the folks at home watch it. This is a basic fitness assessment at the Paul Schwann Center.
Okay, this is our athlete Mike Brady and the consultant Perry Lynn. When we first meet a client at the Schwann Center, there are a number of basic information that we require. You'll see here that Perry is asking Mike some basic questions about his physical health, and we need that information prior to him having an assessment. It's called the Physical Activity Readiness Questionnaire. It's a mouthful. After that's complete, Perry will get some basic measures on our athlete Mike and record them on the form here for later entry into the computer, which then will assist us in making the final assessment and final results. Firstly, she takes a resting pulse rate, and this is to give us some indication of Mark's heartbeat at rest. Second measure that Perry takes here is a resting blood pressure.
I know what that is, the sphygmomanometer.
That is a sphygmomanometer, yes.
Yes, indeed. I can't spell it, but I have seen one of those. So that's also one of the basic tests that's done and entered into the computer.
Yeah, it's one of the things that we need some resting values on. What you see Perry in her hand here is called a pair of skinfold calipers. And we use this instrument to try and determine body composition. We're interested to know the amount of fat on a person's body. And there are 7 different sites that we utilize. And you'll see that she takes a small pinch of the skin and the fat below. And the caliper is in fact like a tape measure. It measures the thickness in millimeters. Right there you can see it's about 18 millimeters. Measures the thickness of the fat below the skin.
And then that would be used as a comparison perhaps later on in testing to see if that's increased or decreased.
Yeah, the Canadian government have developed some very good norms for comparison purposes. The instrument that he's got in his hand now is called a hand grip dynamometer. And again, there are some very good normative values for us to compare people's grip strength to. This is a general indication of someone's strength capabilities.
And return to the right hand.
And we measure both arms. And you'll see from this we can give Mike some indication as to how fit he is.
And that's higher than your first one, so we take the highest score.
You'll hear that Perry said we'll take the highest measure. In all measures that we do, we take a person's best measure. Now, the fitness test that Mike came in for today is an assessment of his heart and lung fitness. It's called aerobic capacity. And in that, we require to exercise Mike and to make measurements of his heart rate and his heart response to that exercise, while we also take measurements of the expired gases that he breathes. Perry's placing on Mike some electrodes at various places on the chest to pick up the heart rate response, and this will be run through an electrocardiograph, and we'll be able to see a tracing of the heart rate response to exercise. Now, because Mike's a wheelchair athlete, we use a wheelchair ergometer, it's called. It's like a stationary bicycle, and in fact this wheelchair is hooked up to a stationary bicycle so that we can monitor the exact resistance that he works against. So once he gets comfortable on the chair, Perry will put this box on Michael's waist and then hook up the electrodes, which are on his chest, through this box to the electrocardiogram. And from those we'll be able to get, as I said, an indication of the heart rate and be able to actually get a tracing of the heart as it goes along. This unit that we're putting on his chest now is a more complex version of the one that you're wearing, actually, Bill. You can hear yours beeping away. This one will show us a physical tracing. Now, as I mentioned earlier, in order to make very accurate assessments about Mike's fitness levels, we like to collect the expired gases as he's exercising, and then those gases are put through a couple of analyzers and we can analyze the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide expired, and from that get a very, very accurate indication of his fitness.
Okay.
We're very safety conscious here, and you'll notice that we run everything through a check now and provide Mike the opportunity to warm up. All exercise should be preceded with a warm-up for safety reasons. And now he's into the exercise, and as I said, there's an indication of Mike's heart rate response to exercise, the tracing going across the screen, and the numbers indicating the number of beats per minute. These are the analyzers that measure oxygen and carbon dioxide. And we would now have exercised Mike until he can't go on anymore. It's called volitional fatigue. So he has reached his max, and from that we'll be able to determine the fitness level. He was hooked up to an entire bank of instruments that collected measurements throughout the exercise protocol, which would have taken about 10 to 15 minutes in this case. And from that we get printouts every 30 seconds, and we can analyze his fitness level.
Okay,
from the test.
Interesting to note that because he's a wheelchair athlete, you want to do your testing while he is doing the type of activity he does. Runners might be tested running on a treadmill. In this case, he's tested in his wheelchair, which makes a lot of sense. If you folks out there have a question for Ian about fitness assessment or the Dr. Paul Schwann Center in general, now's the time to give us a call, and I'm sure Ian will answer the question to the utmost of his ability, or make up an answer that'll have all of us fooled. Ian, you've brought along the skin fold caliper, I believe it is called, as well as the grip strength dynamometer. You see, with all these big words, I'm sure you can make up something we won't understand. Maybe we can get a sort of a closer look at the grip strength thing here.
This is the fat caliper.
I'll bring it up and I'll show that to you over there. This thing opens up here, and then it measures a thickness of the fat in that case, and then the small gauge here would measure it. Now, if somebody is 18 millimeters and somebody else is 10, there must be sort of variations depending on each person. I mean, people are put together differently.
Yes.
And men and women are put together differently. So are there different sites for different people, or?
No, we use the same sites with one or two variations between males and females. Males and females lay down fat differently, as he said. And the sites, though, with one or two exceptions, are the same.
Okay.
And the thickness is just an indication of the total amount of fat underneath the skin. And obviously beyond a certain level we would say, well, it's time for you to try and lose some of that. And below a certain level is unhealthy also.
Okay. This is the grip testing
That's right.
device right here. Maybe I'll grab this, and you folks watch on this little dial right here, and I'll give this a squeeze. So I see, as I squeeze, that'll move up. I'm supposed to go, you're supposed to exhale. What's that called?
Well, the Valsalva maneuver.
Yes, the Valsalva maneuver. I think that's when when all the government troops are lined up on the one border, right, and you sneak around the side. Anyway, that was 67 something or others.
Kilograms.
Kilograms.
Kilograms of force.
Okay, and then that would give some indication, I guess, of my strength. I'm also able to push telephone buttons in a single bound. We'll try that now. Good morning. Welcome to Switchback.
Yes, I was wondering, when did the Dr. Paul Schwann first open?
When did it first open?
Yeah.
Well, as the Dr. Paul Schwann Center, it's been open since 1980, when it was dedicated to Dr. Paul Schwann. But before then, the university has had a fitness lab since its inception 10, 15 years ago.
Interesting that the Dr. Paul Schwann notion comes in. It's quite tied in with the whole medical system in that sense. Try to have a good relationship with doctors, but also the cardiac rehabilitation notion. Some of these people are just regular types that come off the street interested in fitness, but some people have maybe had heart trouble and are part of a rehabilitation program.
Oh yeah, one of our largest programs is the exercise portion of the Regina Hospital's cardiac rehabilitation program.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Yep, bye.
All right, bye-bye. Good morning, welcome to Switchback.
Good morning, Bill. This is Daryl Whitehouse.
Hi, Daryl.
I was wondering, how much people would you do in a month test?
I'm sorry, how much?
How much people would you test in a month?
In a month? I'm not sure. We do about 2,000 a year come through the center, and divide that through by 12, so that will give you your monthly total.
You have a lot of regular people. This is the kind of thing you like to involve people, test them and then update the testing. It's like a regular checkup to go to a dentist or a doctor.
Oh, certainly. We see it like visiting your dentist. A person will come for a fitness assessment. We recommend a retest at 6 months, and then annually thereafter, providing people, are sticking with the exercise program that we provide.
Good. Thanks, Daryl.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good morning. Welcome to Switchback.
Jonathan Raffles from West Veteran, and I'd like to know how often does a person come in for a checkup?
How often do they come? Well, as I said, we ask them to come back initially at 6 months and then yearly after that. Now, some people will come more often. Some of our elite athletes, and you're aware of the National Women's Volleyball team, those girls are tested 4 times a year on some of the fitness parameters and weekly on others, because we want to monitor their training programs very closely. For the general public, of course, that's not necessary, and annually is quite sufficient.
Great. Thanks for calling. All right, bye-bye. Good morning. Welcome to Switchback.
Hi, how much does it cost per person?
How much does it cost per person?
Yeah.
Well, if you have a complete health and fitness assessment, which includes assessment of flexibility, muscular strength, aerobic capacity, body composition, all of those things, and you get your exercise prescription, it's $60.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. That's a pretty good deal.
It is.
It's a very comprehensive thing.
Oh, yeah. It takes about an hour for us to do the assessment, and then with the consultation, approximately a week later, that's an additional hour where we can go through the results, give you the information, and provide you with your exercise program. Yeah, $60 is not bad. I've been to some conferences in the States and was quite surprised at some of the prices that other centers are charging, particularly down there.
Okay. Thanks for calling. One of the things I find interesting about this whole notion, I guess, is that it's very important for people to potentially check with their doctor ahead of time. This is a very safe process and things like that. And before anybody starts any fitness program or activity, they probably should make sure that they're fit enough or healthy enough to even begin the fundamental things. And then a place like the Paul Schwann Fitness Center will take them through the process, and they'll have a happy time and a fit time, and it involves their whole lifestyle. That's very important.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for being here, Ian.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Interestingly, Ian and I spent last evening together at a Valentine's ball, raising some money for the Dr. Paul Schwann Center, and I'd just like to say, Ian, next year when we go to the Valentine's ball, let's take dates. I mean,
yeah, let's.
Like you're too tall when I dance, and it just didn't work at all. Switchback's going to be back in 2 minutes with some information on our visit to Saskatoon and more of your Valentine's messages. My beeper is still going, so I'm still breathing and okay. Beep, 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 beep.
Phew, I'm roasting. Time for a deal. Yeah, no delicious milk chocolate.
And no colorful candy shells.
We can't be M&M's without candy shells or delicious milk chocolate.
Wake up, Peanut.
What? My candy shell. It was all a dream.
Come on, we're going to be late for the party.
Great day to be M&M.
The milk chocolate melts in your mouth.
Not in your hand.
Experience the ultimate banquet atmosphere at Buddy's Steak Ranch. Our Park Street location features facilities to accommodate large gatherings for any occasion. Let us prepare a feast displaying the savory tastes you desire, with all food prepared using special recipes from our kitchen. And you can enjoy this same cuisine during our noon-hour smorgasbord or Sunday brunch. Our friendly staff will be happy to serve you. Buddy's Steak Ranch. Call us today to book your next banquet.
At Van Decor, our open-to-the-public inventory clearance is now on. We're the leader in van conversions and quality accessories for cars and trucks, and now is your rare opportunity to select overstock items and save big. 10% off everything. Truck toolboxes, truck liners, floor mats, seat covers, grill guards, fog lamps. Save even more. 15% off running boards and sunroofs. Save best. 20% off pickup truck side rails and other selected items. Van Decor, 240 Hodgman Road, Regina.
Value, selection, and service. You find it every time you step into a DeFair Home Furnishings showroom. Right now, take advantage of unbeatable savings on top-name, top-quality furniture and appliances during DeFair's Not One Red Cent Down Savings Spectacular. Choose from our tremendous selection and don't pay 1 red cent down, pay no interest, and make no payments till summer. Remember, this is a limited time offer. Discover the quality, discover the savings at a DeFair Home Furnishings Center near you.
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember I'll pretend that I'm missing the lips I am missing, and hope that my...
The Rolling Stones. I think it's the Rolling Stones. No, Herman's Hermits. I've heard them. They're good. They have a future. I know they do. Thanks for those Valentine's messages. We want to remind you folks that on March the 15th, Switchback goes on the road, which is fun for us and hopefully fun for you. If you are in the Saskatoon area, you'll be delighted, or not, to know March 15th we're going to do 2 shows. Not 1, not 3, 2 shows. The first one, 9 o'clock in the morning, our normal live show, in fact, packed with air band type things. And a show in the afternoon as well, so we can get twice as many people in to see the show at the Western Development Museum. Now, if you are interested in tickets, they are absolutely 100% inexpensive. Free. The tickets are going to be free, so if you want them, here's what you need to do. Write us a letter, and first of all, tell us how many tickets you need and which show you want to see, the morning show or the afternoon show. Secondly, you need to tell us your name, your address, and your phone number. That way, if there's any problems, when we phone you or write you, we can say, hi, Fred, or Bob, or Betty, because you've given us your name. Third, please include a self-addressed stamped envelope. That way, we can mail the tickets back to you in the envelope you provided. So the tickets are free, but it'll cost you about 34 cents to get them. There is the address, Switchback Tickets, care of CBC, 5th floor CN Towers in Saskatoon, S7K1J5. We'll leave that up just for a second because this address is different than normal. This is our CBC studios and offices in Saskatoon. The 5th floor CN Towers in Saskatoon, S7K1J5. Please write for tickets only. We cannot give out tickets at the office and we cannot give out tickets on the phone. So write to us. Please, please, please. We can't promise everyone's going to get tickets, but we'll promise to give out as many tickets as we can. Incidentally, I mentioned the air bands. The auditions to be on that airband show will be held March 7th in Saskatoon, and we'll have some more information on where those auditions will be and when they will be on next week's program. But for now, just get your band together and start lip-syncing and playing and have a good time getting ready for the airbands. Okay, on next week's show, we're going to highlight the International Thinking Day. Yes, February 22nd is International Thinking Day for all you Girl Guides and everybody else. We're also going to visit with Mr. Saxophone, that's Paul Brody, talk to some Saskatchewan athletes. We are now at the midpoint of the Canada Games down in the Maritime provinces. So halfway through, we're going to chat with some of the successful Saskatchewan athletes. Videos next week by 3 of our Grammy nominees, Steve Winwood, Peter Gabriel, and Paul Simon. We're also going to put you folks in the know. Whew, it worked. On traffic lights and other things like that. Thank you very much. In the booth. Oh, our contest question this week. We're sliding this in to save time later. I got this all figured out. Our contest question this week. Tell me the famous actor who is on this week's Get Smart, who you probably recognize from weekly Star Treks. One of the members of the Starship Enterprise is on this week's Get Smart. Tell us his real name. Not his name on Star Trek, not his name on Get Smart, his real acting name. Write that down and send it to us. Here is our address. It is Switchback, care of CBC Television, 2440 Broad Street in Regina, and the postal code is S4P4A1. Yes, he's a vulcanized Trekkie. You know his face, you don't recognize his ears. Time now to get to the conclusion of this week's Get Smart Part 2. It is called The Dead Spy Scrolls.
Snickers is bigger, Snickers is bigger, Snickers is bigger because it put more in.
There's more to satisfy you in the new bigger Snickers bar. More crunchy peanuts, more peanut butter nougat, more creamy caramel, more rich milk chocolate, more Snickers to enjoy, more Snickers to satisfy you. Packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies. And now...
Snickers is bigger, Snickers is bigger, Snickers is bigger because it put more in. There's more to satisfy you. Yeah!
The great winter used car clearance is on now in the Winter Fair building in the exhibition grounds. Over 100 used vehicles are available, all reconditioned and ready to go. Crestview Dodge and Knight Nissan have combined forces to give you the best selection and the best price. Everything must be sold, so now's the time to buy. You could win 1,000 liters of gas absolutely free. Come on in and see us down the lane of the exhibition grounds to the Winter Fair building where the deals are hot during the great winter clearance sale of used cars.
Hi, I work work at Cable Regina National Video, and my boss has asked me to let you in on our weekend specials for the month of February. You can rent 4 movies for the price of 3, Fridays and Saturdays, 9 in the morning till 11 at night. If you want movies like Back to School, A Fine Mess, and Short Circuit, phone us at 352-4949 to make your reservation.
National Video, open 7 days a week until 10 p.m. at Park in Victoria.
What's the first thing you should look for when buying a new home? Look for a quality builder. One who will assist you with the financing, offer sweat equity and pay the option plans to help build your down payment, and people to help you sell your existing home.
New home buyers, take advantage of payments as low as $514. Cash down from $950.
Find out about our Trade a Home program or first-time buyers' $3,000 incentive plan. Whether your needs are new or resale, Crawford Homes and Realty is the team to remember.
Welcome back, Saskatchewan. My guest at this point in time is Don Hepburn. Don, welcome to Switchback.
Thank you, Bill.
We tried to have Don on the program last week, but we just ran out of time, so we're going to quickly zoom through this. Don is here because he is a recreational artist. Yes, he does butter sculpturing. Now, Don, I got to ask right off the bat, what do you do for a real job, and how did you ever get into this?
I work with Agriculture Canada in the livestock and poultry programs here in Regina, and how we started in the butter sculpturing was a couple of years ago at Agribition held back in November. They decided to have a competition for butter that's made by the various dairies throughout Western Canada. And instead of just coming in and people looking at the butter, the champion butter that was on display, we decided to do a little centerpiece to attract people to the display. So we whipped up a little butter sculpture.
Okay, now, whipped up a little butter. Now, you did some initial work, I guess early work, with this horse, as an example, is a wax, I believe?
Yes, this is one of the second one I did, I guess the second year that we had the competition. I did one about, twice as big again as this, and I used this as a little model. I just made this out of paraffin, just the normal wax that you have around your house.
So people at home that might want to do stuff, that's another thing to do. Interesting, you just mentioned to me, you're not really an artist. You didn't do this before, you just got started.
That's right, that's right.
This is a very beautiful piece of, I guess, art over here.
Edible art, I guess.
Edible art, yes, and boy, next time I make some popcorn, you're invited over. Is there a story behind these two gentlemen?
These are the two that I had, the two fellows that I had at Agribition this year. These are two fellows who are polled Hereford breeders, breed of cattle, and they're some of the original people who participated in Agribition, so I did a little sculpture of them.
Okay, now if somebody wanted to get started in butter sculpturing, the process, I guess, begins like this. What Don has done for us is, well, do a chicken in butter, and this is the initial process. What is this?
You start off, I just use what most farmers call haywire. It's a haywire outfit here, sort of thing. You take and you bend it to the shape that you want. You get a little pair of pliers, and you make arms and legs, and you basically make a skeleton of the thing that you're going to do.
Put it on a block of wood,
and then stuck it onto a block of wood to give it support.
Now, the butter is applied to this. It's not like maybe carving a giant rock where you chisel away the material. Here you apply the butter to
a little bit of both. I'll just show you. I have some butter here that I've cut up, and you get it sort of soft about room temperature. And basically, you just take and you stick it onto your frame, and you just pile
with food.
That's right.
Hi, Mom.
Your mother probably told you not to do this.
I can see now. And the mashed potatoes. No, it's art, Mom. Really, it's art. Okay, you apply it.
So you pile that on, and you get enough of that on into sort of the gross shape of the object that you want to do. You take and you stick it in the refrigerator.
Okay, we're going to have to go really quick here, Don. Let me mention that with these television lights heating this up, you got to be pretty careful and work quick because the butter's going to get so soft it'll all fall off.
That's right. At normal room temperature, you usually have about 20 minutes before you have to stick it back in.
Put it in the fridge, let it harden.
Or the butter will go rancid,
Okay, and we don't want rancid butter. Okay, this is the initial process. You would continue to apply this butter until we have the finished product. Wait right there, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Don's work of art, our very own Switchback chicken butter sculpture. And tell us this story.
Basically, I got a call from this guy who works for CBC here a few days back. Who commissioned this work. I think it's a model they wanted to put in front of the building later on. in a larger version. This is called walking like an Egyptian. This is the your chicken walking like an Egyptian.
Don, that's a beautiful work of art. Thank you very much for coming in.
Hands.
I appreciate that. And as I say, the popcorn's on me. Thanks very much for the butter sculpting. Time now for our final video of the morning. This is a really strange one. Please sing along. It's Britain's spitting image and what we call the chicken song. This is great. Welcome back, Saskatchewan. Just enough time to remind you of our contest question. Who is the famous person who is on Star Trek? Who is on today's Get Smart? Who is the answer to this week's question? I'll write that down and send it to us. Just time also to say thanks to my 4 friends from the LIT. If you're not doing anything next weekend, head out to the basketball tourney. Ian Pike from the Dr. Paul Schwann Fitness Center, way up there. Don Hepburn, who does butter sculpturing. And get out to that Waskimo Winter Festival this afternoon. Next week, our show will be great, beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning. So we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.